And Driscoll Children's Hospital has announced a physician at one of their clinics has tested positive for COVID-19, and here's what we know about it. According to officials, the physician worked at their Quick Care Victoria after hours clinic. They tested for the virus after having contact with a COVID-19 positive patient at another facility. During their last shift, the physician worked 2 patients and 2 other team members. Officials say the patients' families and the employees have been notified by the hospital, and they are considered low risk at this time for getting the virus.